Hi, I'm Dr. Dyan Haspel-Johnson, and it's time for a weekly sleep tip. So I've been talking a little bit about nightmares and dreams and what to do about them because I've gotten some comments asking me to do that, asking me to talk a little bit more about that. And I think it's a fascinating realm. So, I've talked a little bit about nightmares. I want to talk a little bit about how you can work with maybe rewriting a dream. So, when you have a nightmare or you have an interesting dream, but particularly a nightmare that just leaves you feeling uneasy, that's your unconscious speaking to you, right? It's giving you imagery that is sometimes alarming or is showing you that there's something really profound happening. You can have a dialogue back. It doesn't just go one way. We have all these experiences in our daily lives that are being consolidated when we sleep. They're being transferred and integrated in an unconscious way when we're sleeping. A lot's happening when we're sleeping, right? So you can also dialogue back. So when your unconscious gives you a dream or a nightmare, it's telling you something. And you can take that and you can correct that, or you can rewrite that, or you can speak to it. So one thing you can do is you can write down the dream or the nightmare and you can change it. You can change it to be something that instead of being scary or upsetting is pleasant, right? I used to do this actually with my son. Sometimes when he would wake up in the middle of the night with a nightmare, sometimes we would talk about what it might mean. But sometimes I would just say, well, let's retell the story. Let's rewrite the story. Instead of the bear coming at you and chasing you, what would you like to have happen? And maybe it would be to turn and face the bear and say, what do you want? Or to turn to the bear and see that the bear is actually running in another direction or running up a tree to get honey or something like that. You can befriend it. I had one client many, many years ago who had some sleep issues and had this horrible nightmare. And she told me the nightmare, and it was a really alarming nightmare. And so we talked about, and where she was trying to save someone and she didn't know what to do. And I said, well, okay, how would you like that nightmare to be different? Because she woke up and she was terrified. She didn't know how to save this person. And so she said, well, I would take out my phone and I would call 911. And in the meantime, I would remember how to do CPR. And by the time the ambulance got there, the person was already awake and I had saved them. And I was like, it's your dream. You can write it however you want. And so she did that. And it was transformational for her. Actually, it was really interesting because a lot of things in her life shifted and she felt more empowered. So there are a lot of ways that you can work with dreams and nightmares. You can analyze the content of them and what those things might mean or what it's telling you, but you can also respond back, rewrite it. And that sometimes can be a huge thing in terms of transforming our lives from the unconscious level. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know how it goes and go to the link in my profile, download my favorite sleep tips. All right, sweet dreams.